Well, good morning. Well, I'm getting ready to plant onion seeds and grow them in the house. And I'm going to tell you why. All right. Now, onions, there's three ways you can do onions. You can buy sets. Those are those little things that look like a little bitty onion. The only problem with those is onions are biennial. In other words, the plant will grow for 2 years. Well, with onion sets, they were obviously grown the year before, and so they are, you're planting them, they're gonna re-sprout. Well, now it's their second year. So if things aren't just perfect, and none of our growing seasons are ever just perfect. I mean, it just doesn't happen very often. I think I've seen it once. So unless things are just perfect, most of your onions end up going to seed. Okay? The other way to do it is onion plants. But if you ever saw those bundles of onion plants you buy at the store, they're not telling you what variety it is. Usually it's just yellow onions, white onions, red onions, you know, and so you don't know what you're getting, and then they're about half dried out. So you plant them, and they have a terrible amount, it takes a length of time for them to then be able to grow actively. But if you plant seeds like I'm going to do, now I'm in eastern Kansas, I think it's zone 6. Don't quote me on that one. Anyway, we're going to plant out into the garden about mid-March. Well, so it's mid-January now. That gives them 2 months to grow in the house. And when I set these out, they'll be actively growing fresh plants. So yeah, you might have a few days of transplant shock, but that's all. And then they're going to take right off. So that's why I prefer to plant seeds. And it's a lot cheaper. You know, seeds are much cheaper than buying plants of any kind, you know, tomato seeds, anything. So these are a variety I've never tried. Elsa Cragg. I bought them from M.I. Gardner. According to the package, 1 to 2 pound onions is not uncommon in this variety, and they can get up to 5 pounds. So I thought, let's try that. I've never tried these. Now these are a long day onion, okay? Now there's long day, there's short day, and there's day neutral. Generally, where I'm at, I try to go with a day neutral. But, you know, I'm just scattering them in there. Onions you can crowd easily, that's not a problem. I've had where it looks like a little solid block. And when you get, when you get ready to plant them, pull them out of their pot, you throw them in, set them in like a pan or bucket of water, and just swish the dirt away, and they will untangle easily. You know, it's kind of amazing, really. So anyway, there we are now. Now that I've put the seed in, I've got a bag of dry potting mix that I can kind of just sprinkle a little shallow bit over the top. And I'm going to put these under a 4-foot fluorescent fixture with the light down, you know, about right here. And that'll be sufficient until they're ready to plant out. Okay? Now normally, if you're up north in part of the country, if you're in New England, you're going to do a long day onion. If you're around the middle of the country like I am, Day neutral kind of tends to work the best. Down in the southern part of the country, like Texas, they're going to want to plant short day onions because when it gets to long days for them, it's too hot for onions. But I've had good luck trying different varieties, and so we're trying this in this year. Well, all right, that is almost all there is to know about onions and why I'm out here in my man cave in January planting onion seeds. I have moved. This is a new home that I'm in, new to me. So for the first time in my life, I have a man cave now. I'm excited. So I even have a pool table. So anyhow, but there's no garden space outside. There's no place for a garden at all. The backyard, I'm going to have to do take some trees down to get a spot where there's enough sun. So for this year, I think what we're going to do, just as a temporary and something fun I've never done, is we're going to do straw bales this year. Never done that. I've threatened to. I've read all about it and watched videos on it. So this year we're going to try straw bale gardening. So ought to be fun. You're going to be with me right along from the very beginning on this little experiment. So, all right, it's been nice, it's been fun, and I want you all to have a quality day.